Okay.
Guy's going great.
Camera rolling. Sounds rolling. We are. Let me crack this so I don't ruin the.
Oh yeah, it's good.
Beautiful.
All right. So, yeah, we're on.
Okay. Welcome into Almost Funny, episode 2 with Judson Veach, our guest today. He is formerly a touring and session drummer in Los Angeles. Ever heard of it? Okay. He was a member of the Dooms. He's one of the local comedy legends here in Nashville of the sidewalk. It is Chris Dunn, everyone. Oh, yeah. We talked about drops last time.
Oh,
Did you save the drop?
drop the ball.
No,
Sarah's
I did
drop?
not.
Okay.
We need to. It was
Yeah,
good.
she had a good drop. She didn't know what a drop meant. So
Yeah.
I said, give me a good drop sound. And she goes,
Oh, wow. I knew it was going to be something negative.
yeah. Well, she thought it was like supposed to be something dropping
Oh, okay.
from a hi-hat.
It often is. Maybe that's how they got the name drop, folks.
This is good. This is why you're here. So people don't know who you are, but
Ooh, you're telling me.
can I be honest? They don't know who I am either.
Of course.
So there's two guys who nobody knows.
Uh-huh.
But what we are is we're comedians in Nashville.
That's correct, yeah.
Or we're trying.
We're trying our best.
And that's how we met. And so, as guest number 2 on the pod, what should my audience know about me that they don't already, that only you would know?
You're cheap. Wait, what do they know? They know you're a dad. That's
They know
about
I'm
it.
a dad. They know the
You're a
basics.
silly guy. You did ballet.
I did ballet. I'm gay.
Well, I feel like my window is into like the neuroses.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that is kind of a fun angle.
Okay. Neurotic.
A little bit like obsessive and
As most comics or people who do artistic endeavors are.
yeah. Which is where I think we bond.
Yes, I feel like we have a similar type of anxiety or whatever's going on, but ours is complete. Mine leads to debilitation. Yours leads to
Optimization.
yes. There we go.
That's right. It's a perfect match.
It's a perfect match.
Your life is ruined. I'm starting a podcast.
Well, I work very hard, but not at things that make me money.
Yes. I know. Worrying. I worry
Avery
so
said that the
good.
other day at your house. She was like, "You make things so hard for yourself."
You do?
Yes. Yeah.
What was your reference?
Remember, you guys were like, "Oh yeah, you know how to play drums. You should teach drum lessons." And I'm
Yes.
like, "I don't know if I'm a drum lessons guy."
I know.
You're like, "You should do anything that
You're
makes
like, what's
you
the
money."
way I could scrounge up a few dollars? I was like, what about like your credits as a professional musician in Nashville? You're like, I could never.
Yeah, it doesn't. That's not gonna add up.
That's like the most obvious thing. You're like, what if I learned how to do medical coding?
Yeah, well, yeah. I don't know. The jury's out on that. I don't know if AI's. I've left that behind. I'm a thumbnail guy now.
That's true. If you need a thumbnail, as soon as he learns how to do it,
If you need a thumbnail, talk to me in about 3 months, and I'll go. I'll figure something out.
that's crazy. Our opening question. I do want to do the opening question. I'm trying to establish some patterns, but there's
Okay.
only 2 episodes in. What was the last thing you had playing on your actual TV? Not your phone or your laptop. What was the last thing you were sitting in front of the TV watching?
I can't remember in which order. Avery had Breaking Bad on our TV last night.
She's going through the.
She's going through second to last episode. I popped in for a minute. Pretty fun.
You've seen the whole series.
I have, yeah, but I haven't seen it since the original run.
You were a live watcher
I was, yeah.
from the beginning, or did you jump in?
Beginning. Oh, so actually, with Mike Post, we were on a music tour, and for some reason, we were in a time zone. It must have been like Eastern or something, where like we were able to play a show, and we were racing back to a hotel to catch the
it
finale live. I watched the finale in a hotel room with Mike and like 5 other people.
Sounds like a dream I had.
It was not good. No, but I watched it live. But when she goes to bed, my big thing is late night YouTube on the TV.
Yeah, we do know.
And but I mean, I'm working on quite the algo on YouTube, but it's usually a body cam arrest footage. but it's not.
All right.
I'm not one of these sickos. It's never.
You do like mid-level crimes.
I do low level crimes. Person reacts the wrong way. These are the best. So there's sickies out there who will watch, like, I don't watch people getting shot. Like, you could watch what they allow on YouTube is crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so not the dark stuff.
Not dark at all. I keep it light, but I go I literally go routine. The video is always like routine traffic stop ends horribly. Like those.
I'm gonna be on one of these. This is like how I get in trouble.
I got a speeding ticket the other day, and I was like starstruck by the body cam. Like, I was,
I'm such a huge fan.
I know he literally goes. He's like, just to let you know this is being recorded. I go, oh, I know.
Big fan of your work. Yeah. Will you sign my registration?
Is this anything?
Yeah, you're just doing bits.
I've seen so much body cam footage where I do know if for some reason I'm ever involved in a crime, I will be playing to the cam. but no,
big break.
But speaking of big breaks, I don't, dude. It's always like a crazy. It makes the police look. It might be just a massive propaganda tool to get you to side entirely with police. Because what they usually show you is like the nicest guy in the world pulling like like a woman over that'll be like, all right, ma'am, routine stop here. Can I get your license? And she's like, it's people refusing to hand over a license, and then it just devolves from there.
Yeah, I have heard that too, where it's like there's some barrier between what they can release, like if what they have to and what they do. And so like, because the police are in charge of the camera, they only release the ones that make them look like we're white knights.
I thought it was like, because I've seen some make them look bad, but does it have to do with like the case being resolved? I think there's like I think they become public domain at a certain point.
This is something we clearly know a lot about.
Yeah.
Hot button issue.
I watch a lot of it, but I watch a lot of that. That's a kind of that's my version of like, you know, people phones ruin their attention span and stuff.
Yeah, you're a YouTube ruins your life guy.
Well, because as you know, I own like I've got a massive physical media collection. I own like every
Stop bragging.
every movie on the planet. Got a lot of debt tied up into it. But
this is your big investment. This is your get rich slow.
It's my get rich slow. I have an entire room in my house. I basically built like a video store in my house.
I want to just be honest. I thought it was lame when you were describing it, and then I saw the room, and I was like, "That is cool."
There we go.
When you see all the colors.
The colors are great. Hey, yeah.
If there was all black and white box sets, I'd be like, "This is garbage."
It would look like a serial killer's house. Yeah.
But there's something.
No, I
cool.
mean they're like pieces of art. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
check out my eBay store.
I'm pretty jammed up right now. I'm trying to flip a couple copies of.
But
Butch
I'm saying that I'm a huge movie head. I own every movie on the planet. I go into most, like, if I'm winding down for like the last hour or two of the night, I have the full intention of like, I'm going to watch one of the world's works of art, and I literally cannot get off the body cam.
Isn't it crazy how it used to be like the bum guy was like, oh, he just sits around watching movies all day.
You're like an intellectual if you do that now.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like reading a novel.
Yeah, it really is.
I watched a whole movie.
If you watch a whole movie without the phone.
Yeah.
Ooh, this might be me getting a little neurotic here, but do you have the with a significant other, does it bother you if they're too in the phone while you're actively watching? So, like,
yes.
Yeah, okay.
Well, but it depends whose suggestion it is. I honestly don't mind it as much if it was my suggestion.
That's fair.
We tried to watch Blue Moon the other day. We did watch it. And she picked up her phone. And normally I'd have the instinct of like, I love this movie. I'm making you watch it. Like, this changed my life. You know? But she at one point picked up her phone to look at something. And like, it was like a buzz pickup. It wasn't like I'm bored. So I think if your phone makes a noise, it wasn't your suggestion, and you reference it, it's not like I'm going to put you in jail to watch it the whole time. But if it's her suggestion, she wanted to, she didn't say this, but she was watching Miniature Wife on Netflix.
What the hell is that?
Hayden, do you know Miniature Wife?
Not even close. I don't
Miniature Wife.
I know. It sounds terrible, and I saw 5 seconds of it.
I was right. I can't find her.
I know. So it was like basically like Honey, I Shrunk my wife. Yeah. I was like, this is
now that's fun.
That'd have been a better name.
You're supposed to be my boss in 10 minutes.
You have seen the show.
Wait, really?
It's basically that.
Oh my God. Wait, he really does shrink his wife?
Yes.
Now, I got to tell you, this sounds good.
Well, you and Sarah agree because she watched the whole thing. But when she had that on and she starts looking at her phone, I'm like, we could be watching. I'm trying to go through Seinfeld right now. I'm like, we could be watching Seinfeld and I could be falling asleep.
Yeah, going through the phone. Yeah, your suggestion on the phone is. But mine, I get the. I mean, this is probably. Everyone's probably talked about this, but I do get the. It'll literally be like. She'll be into like. She's watching all of Breaking Bad. There's a scene where like you need it'll be like an intense plot turn and she's like in the phone and like I'm a psycho, so I'll like track where the eyes are to clock exactly how many seconds she missed. And I go, you were not watching for the last 15 seconds.
Well, there's some shows where there's subtlety, especially older shows. Now they make shows where they like explain out. They'll be like, he grabbed the piece of paper.
I hate it so much. They've openly admitted to doing that. Yeah.
But old shows, like nobody wants to watch this with me, but West Wing. If you're watching a West Wing episode,
I've heard it's good.
But you miss stuff, and it's like they're not going to go back and spoon feed it to you.
Here's a deep cut for you. I think they're both Aaron Sorkin, right?
I don't know the other one.
You know this. Sports Night. Do you remember when that? It was like a show that I still got to buy the DVDs.
I don't know it.
It was like one of the like inside baseball, like they work at like an ESPN or whatever.
Okay.
And it was like the goings on in the studio. But my parents watched it and I was like, this is pretty good. I got to revisit this.
Yeah, I mean, Sorkin's a great writer, but he writes in a way where, because it's fast and the dialogue is pretty tight, if you miss a piece of information, it starts to not make sense.
Yeah.
And then the show's not fun to watch, and then we pause and it's like we explain what's going on. Yeah. But it's true. Shows now, they do make them where it's like you can kind of just be in the room. Like I watched probably 20 minutes total of the 10 episodes of Miniature Wife. I know the show. I get the idea. He works at a science place.
Wait, where could that possibly go? I assume she shrinks on the first episode?
I don't know if it's the first episode.
Let's ask him to collab on this.
This is brought to you by The Miniature Wife on Netflix. No, I mean, it's the classic thing of man knows science, man trying to save world, man is also a husband, so he accidentally shrinks wife. I mean, that's all you need to know.
I assume she shrunk throughout the entire. Is he like, be quiet, we're about to go? Does he carry her around?
There might be a little bit of that. I mean, it's really funny to do a breakdown of a show that you've only seen like 6 minutes total of. This is a take that I have that people roast me for, which is I don't need to have seen the whole movie to have an opinion, a strong opinion.
I will disagree and agree with you on it.
Okay.
You could have an opinion. So if a movie, if you're paying, granted you're not on your phone, you're actually giving it a chance.
I do.
Let's say a movie didn't get you in like 40 minutes and you're like, it has not captivated me.
Yep.
You could say I did not. You could say I hated it. I didn't enjoy it. But you're not on Letterboxd. You probably don't even know what that is.
I know what it is, but I'm not on it.
But I would not allow you.
I'm not going to post something.
I would not allow you to give it a star. You're not allowed to give it a formal rating or a full review.
I think that's super fair, but I can have my own personal opinion.
You could have a huge opinion. You could be like, it stunk, I turned it off.
And I think that's part of my opinion is, so the movie in question for this, did you see that movie Marriage Story with Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson?
I love Marriage Story.
Wow. This is where
I also liked Marriage Story.
Things get pretty interesting.
Okay, well, hey, let me preface. So I saw, as you know, at the height of my film douchebaggery, I was living in LA. I saw it in a theater on film, which is rare because it's a Netflix movie.
Does that not tell you all you need to know?
Well, and I also saw it a second time on film with director Noah Baumbach in person.
Okay.
Captivated the audience with a Q&A.
That's
Played
crazy.
Francis Ha after it. Didn't stay for that. You probably love that one.
I mean, that was my issue with it. What you just said. It seemed pretentious top to bottom. Well, top to middle, because I didn't finish it.
You may have opened a can of worms. Have you seen his movie, The Squid and the Whale?
Yeah.
So that, I feel like it was his grown-up version of that, of him going through, because the movie is about basically his divorce.
Yep.
And I thought it was the perfect companion piece, as it were. No, I loved it.
Can you tell me why? Because I trust your taste.
Okay.
Tell me why.
Let's see what I rated it out of 5. What would you guess? I don't know why.
If you saw it twice and the director talked about it, I'm sure they can.
I mean, I've seen movies like 3 times that I would give like 3.5 stars. So that doesn't tell you anything. But
I can sense by your energy you gave this 5 stars.
I bet it's 4.5. Let's see.
Okay.
But that shows you how rough. This is a whole other thing. A 5 to me or a perfect 10 needs to be like
blown away.
I've logged like thousands of movies. I probably only have like 75 or 100 5s.
Wow.
Maybe. I don't know.
That's good. It should be
Don't
hard
quote
to
me
get a
on
5.
that. Hang on. 4.5.
Yeah. Okay, good memory.
Honestly, this has a really high letterbox score. It has an average of 4.0, which is like really hard to crack.
The reason I even bring it up is because I feel like I'm in the minority from the start. People who are movie heads in my life really go to bat for this movie. And I've seen most of it now, but I didn't watch it all the way through the first time. I made it about halfway, and I was really not. I was like, you know, when you're actively mad watching.
What would make I could see how some of it, I could see it being not the same way like Woody Allen, not his personal life, but same way a lot of people feel about Woody Allen movies, where like people either think they're brilliant or they're like, I just fundamentally can't get on board with this speed of this movie.
What's the style?
Yes,
but it's not just the style. It's like I am seeing you work it too much. I feel like I'm seeing too much of the moves, and not the moves of like things I want to be seeing. I feel like you're trying to manufacture an emotional state that I want to have come more organically. I'm wanting it to be like, I can feel the way I feel about this movie. I don't want you to be so crunching me into this style.
I think there's a lot of subtleties. There's a lot of subtleties going on in there, though. Like
it didn't seem subtle to me. It felt like you're shoving this style down my throat.
The style is obvious, and I feel like most people give Baumbach a pass because he's like he's like one of the pioneers of that style. So like a lot of like really mediocre, shitty indie movies would be like ripping him off.
Well, we'll try to use that.
So like he's kind of like. He does that very like sincerely, and he was like kind of like the originator of maybe some stuff that you're picking up on that you didn't like. But I'm trying to think. I haven't watched it in years, but I remember there were a lot of laugh out loud moments for me. Like the Ray Liotta is incredible in it, and what's her name? Both lawyers, Laura Dern. And Alan Alda. Like there's so many like
I know you got a bunch of studs,
dry, hilarious performances. The driver stuff, I could see getting turned off by the emotional, dramatic stuff.
It was basically just their relationship. I just felt like these are not real people.
Ooh,
you
know what? I was in
strange dialogue.
I honestly think it's for people who have been in a similar relationship before, because I have in my 20s.
Maybe I'm missing a piece of what this is.
I saw it and I was like, I have behaved in some of these ways before.
Okay.
Yeah.
And not to say that I'm void of dysfunction, but maybe it's a dysfunction that I'm not familiar with.
Well, you got into like an extremely stable relationship when you were like 20.
Maybe.
but you basically got married when you were 10 years old.
I was a child bride.
No, but like in my 20s, I certainly was in a couple of those relationships where it was like, oh, this is like a mess.
You know what I think it maybe is too, where it's like the characters in that movie seem like people who would like that movie.
Yes, and I was in that demographic for a very long time.
So maybe it's like a double whammy.
But I hate being worked. That's what it is. He's one of the few people where I'm like, you nail this.
Yeah, if you do your thing well.
I think he's doing his job, because I think you're annoyed at the characters, but
That's interesting. Okay.
I have lived with those people who were cartoonishly like that.
Okay, well I like that, as that would be an off ramp to being like, I'm just so deeply affected by the characters he's creating in a vivid way that I'm like, I'm out on this, but I'm reacting to the discomfort of the characters he's created.
Yeah.
Not the movie itself.
And it was also, it's like
I am susceptible to that.
Yeah, and I love coast to coast movies. I love both New York and that was at like, I had lived in LA for a long time, and I was like, he nails LA in that movie.
Right.
He nails the way pretentious people talk about LA.
Yeah.
So I was like, I saw this guy yesterday.
And it's like all the worst parts.
Did you get to Driver's rendition of Being Alive?
That's where I was fully out.
I loved that.
My mom loved it too.
Yeah.
And this was what I said.
I literally didn't even know the song before that. I sought out Company. Oh, have you seen Company, by the way?
Yes, I'm a huge Sondheim head.
But
the
the documentary Company.
Oh, no.
Ooh, you should
put it on the list.
It's very short. I have it on Criterion Blu-ray, but it's like it's a legendary. They parodied it on Documentary Now. It's a legendary documentary of the recording of the cast recording.
Yeah.
And it's like a nightmare recording session, and it's
I love that.
You're going to love it. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Let's play it right now.
Being Alive. Let's watch the whole thing.
So I already had a relationship to the album of that. And what I said is it felt lazy to me because it's almost like he goes, I know the essence or the ethos that I'm going for, and it's this thing, it's this song, it's this moment where you take this like quintessential moment from another great piece of art and go, I'm gonna just do that.
I happen to know the story behind it.
Let's do the story.
It was Driver's idea. He said, for years, I've been trying to sing this song in a movie. He has like a I don't know why I know this.
This is good.
Wow, finally some useful.
All this time on Reddit's finally paying off.
It may have been a commentary, or it may have been the live Q&A. But him and Driver have like a nice like friendship or whatever at the time, and he was like constant. Every movie that Driver did with him, he's like, being alive, can I do it? Like, apparently that's where it came in, and he's like, all right,
fine.
He was like, this vaguely fits in this movie, so have at it.
Yep.
Loved it.
All right.
Come on over. We'll watch Company, and we'll watch.
We'll watch
a
Marriage
nice
Story.
double feature.
All right. Book it. Clip it. I
You can
love
do
that.
commentary the whole time if you want some content out of it.
That was awesome.
I'll explain everything.
I'll pause and I'll count how many seconds you look at your phone. The other thing I watched at your house recently, which this is like the other end of the pool.
Yes.
What is it called? WWE, not Raw, the big one, the Super Bowl of WWE.
Oh, WrestleMania. Yeah,
WrestleMania.
He comes over. We were watching wrestling. He has no. You have at least heard of WrestleMania.
Yeah, my brother was a big WWE fan.
Awesome. Yeah. So yeah, we did a show, and he was like, he didn't understand the magnitude of WrestleMania.
Well, we did a show, and it was late enough that I was like, although my whole household's going to be asleep in like 15 minutes. You had been talking up this thing. You're like, this is like the Super Bowl of wrestling. And I was like, what do you say? I was like, let's get a couple of treats. Let's go back to your place. We'll watch a little Mania. And you freaked out. You freaked out.
we were leaving. We did a show, and the whole time he was I went up like third or something, and he was headlining, and I was sweating it out because like I had Avery put it on because it's on the ESPN app. You could pause it and go back, and it's live. So I'm avoiding spoilers like in real time.
Right.
So I'm just sitting there like literally thinking of when can I go home and watch WrestleMania. We were like 35 minutes away, and then he's happy with it. We're happy with the show. The show went great, and he's like, "All right, what are we doing? Let's go out and get some ice cream. Let's put it and go." And then I was like, "I gotta go home to watch Mania." And then he's like, "Oh, you mind if I join?"
Yeah,
I was
let's just Mania it up.
I was like, "Oh, I don't know. I wasn't planning on this."
I know you were like, I wasn't expecting this, and I don't want to throw off the watching environment for Avery. You know, she's not expecting company, and you know this is kind of a big deal. And I was like, what?
You know what it is? I've been with some bad watchers, and you could relate to this with sports.
Yes,
where like
yes.
I've been with bad wrestling watchers where they're ruining it. But you took it seriously and you watched it, and we had a great time.
Well, I do think there's an etiquette to watching. We'll call this a sports style watch. I put it in a different category than sports.
I do too.
And I'm going to talk about
Sports
that here.
entertainment.
Sports entertainment.
Sports entertainment. Damn it.
do the whole rest of this as Vince.
Vince McMahon. Great guy. Look him up.
Yeah, good promoter, better person.
Best promoter ever.
But there's like an etiquette to watching something. If you're watching it with someone who's a true fan,
yes,
and it's a big deal, you can't talk, but you also can't be silent.
Yeah,
because there's a level of externalizing that the true fan needs to do.
Yeah, like
during the thing.
If I watched a football game with you, I know the parameters.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's a rhythm to it. There's times where you need to be quiet. There's times where it is okay to ask questions. But if you know the etiquette, it's actually more fun. And I would say
you enhanced it.
I think we did.
And you didn't know this was going to happen, nor did I. But it's 2 nights now, and night 1 really, in retrospect, stunk. And so you being over for night 1 was like, I actually was distracted by us vibing off of that. Then I'm like, oh, this actually wasn't as much of a stinker. You could tell the main event stunk, but
yeah, I as not a seasoned eye was like, this was not even the best. What do you call it? Like showdown
match.
Showdown. The Wild
That
West.
was like the gayest thing I ever said.
You call that a showdown?
Matches. That's
the
in the
finale
vernacular.
was not as strong as the number before intermission.
Yeah, what would they do with who were the 2 in the closing number? Being alive.
Not even remotely close. Close that number. Damn it. Damn it.
But yeah, no, that actually was fun. But
Yeah, it was good. So my takeaway though was, if you don't know, if you haven't been following along at home, I was a professional ballet dancer, and I was immediately seeing this is ballet on steroids, literally. That's like what it is.
not anymore with the wellness policy.
I mean, I was looking at those quads. There's no way.
he was fixated on the quads.
I talked a lot about the legs that night. But across the board, great legs on these people.
Yeah, they're athletes. Yeah, well, I won't push back on the ballet thing. I would say the move sets are obviously you've seen some of the sequences. A lot of
It's
them are
partnering. There's so much partnering.
Yes, they're working together for sure.
Well, that's what we call it in the business. So when you call it pas de deux, but when you Americanize it, you just say this is the partnering, right?
The partnering.
And so it's lifts, and it's how do you get in and out of stuff? Are you getting in and out of stuff clean? You kept using like clean a lot.
Yeah, they can botch stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and we wouldn't say botch. We would just cry
You
silently.
would just get hit in the head with a ruler or whatever.
Yeah. So it is so much of the same stuff.
The in-ring action for sure.
And there's theatrical, and there's costumes, and there's makeup.
But it is, I would say it's not only, it's closer to, it's like ballet mixed with acting and stand-up because it's improvised. Like
There's spoken word, which does make it a little different.
So like anyone could do the moves, but the people who really get over, as they say, meaning develop a fan base and get to be the most popular guy, they do that. It's very much on them. Like you could book,
Sure.
they could book you to be the best guy in the world, but if you can't deliver, if the
Yeah.
audience doesn't buy into it,
yeah.
it won't work. And so like in a lot of the best people on the mic, your CM Punks, your Cody Rhodes, they The Rock, Stone Cold, Vince. But,
That'd be great. You just do like 45. That's a sketch.
Yeah, but no, they're doing that on their own. They're coming up with their own material, their delivery.
They're coming up with their own material.
So like now it's a lot more scripted than it used to be. But like the top dudes and the guys who are good at it, they give you it's different for everybody, but they have sort of like the writing team would have like a rundown of like this is the direction we're
These
going.
are the beats.
These are the beats, but like they're playing off an audience. They might boo when you don't want them to boo, so you're reacting to that and winning them back.
See, this is all the part of it that I thought was the most fun was like you were saying, like they'll talk to each other in the ring.
Yeah, they call the spots. So yeah,
And that will happen in ballet, but that means something's gone horribly
you're calling.
wrong.
Oh, so you have to
You'll
fix
be like,
it.
oh, we didn't just we'll meet up in the corner. You know, like this is not right.
Put me in that luck.
But I really did see like this is the same thing. And once the match starts, it is. They're not.
That's like the most common term of all time. Let's call it a match. That's what they call real wrestling matches.
Well, I mean, so once it starts, it's like you're doing your moves, you're doing your partnering, you're getting in and out of stuff.
Yeah.
And you're kind of being graded on, am I selling this theatrically and physically? And that's dance, that's ballet.
Well, and the story though that they're also improvising with the moves where like they may have had a plan, but they're playing off the crowd where like you can bomb as a wrestler. So like you could be hitting all of the correct moves with the guy in the ring, but like if that audience in particular is like not feeling it, you have to pivot to like, all right, let's go. Let's do this.
You'll just change.
They'll change it up.
Sequence.
You'll change the sequence. You'll change all kinds of stuff.
Okay. Here's a question though I have for you. Have you ever seen a ballet?
No.
I bet if you watched the right one, you would maybe understand what I'm talking about better.
I'm sure. I'm sure I would. Yeah.
And it's also the thing of like, you have different moments in the sequence. Now, it's more group dances and things like that. But it has like how you had a bunch of different events during that night.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is this guy's section. And then it'll be like, these are these two girls. And so you get a sense. And then after you do the rundown the same way, where it's like, maybe the principal couple wasn't even the best part about the show. Maybe it was this other guy's dance. And he was so good.
He's getting over.
And he's going to be like in 3 years, he's going to be like the main guy.
That's exactly how it works.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's the same thing with, I would, but I feel like it's the way it's different is ballet. That's almost like classical music or something where it's like very, I would assume, regimented, where it's like we are doing this exact show. Whereas WWE has a little bit elements of rock or jazz, if you will, where it's like we are.
You find it along the way.
You find it along the way, and it's a lot more. Everyone who's like it's fake bullshit. Like the real element is like the actual connection with the audience, where it's like a lot like stand up, where like you do have to kill, and you can't like script that. Yeah.
When you can't plan for it, because you can't plan for what the audience is
and there's writers. And so, if you have this whole storyline predicated on, we wrote out these months of television
right
with him being a good guy or whatever,
right,
and they don't accept that, you now have to, you can't just like force feed a story down their throat.
Well, this is my reference for that. Like when Monica and Chandler on Friends pop out from under the covers, the way the live audience reacted, they go, we're going to change the whole storyline.
Is that true?
That's true. So in the wedding episode,
I remember the wedding episode.
So they are in the hotel room.
There's the reveal.
They're under the covers. They reveal.
That's the first reveal of them together, right?
Yes. We don't know who he's under there with.
And
they pop out.
Yeah.
And the audience goes bananas.
Oh, that was supposed to be a one night stand, and they turned it into a relationship.
The way that our hardcore audience is reacting, we could feel that moment. They go, This is where the story's going now.
Because it was like a cliffhanger finale, right? Or like a.
I think that was the last episode of that season.
Yeah, I remember it's like wedding, and then it's like the ender, and then the beginning of.
Is that what it is?
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay,
but I didn't know that. My sister is a huge Friends head.
Sarah and I are huge friends. Well, we're married.
With
close friends.
With benefits.
Friends with benefits.
Mainly health.
That's crazy. You were desperate to tell this hypothetical. Not a hypothetical, but it's your sauce story. You go, I'm only coming on the pod if you let me air my sauce story.
Well, we've done it on multiple pods. I'm doing somewhat of a circuit with this.
The sauce run.
I'm glad you asked. That's what I'm here for.
I'm promoting my sauce story.
This needs to be more out there. No, I got a burger where the only deal breaker on it was the no sauce. I may have ordered it plain with cheese, but at the very least, I think I even went easier. I went, hey, I'll take this burger. It's a roundabout situation where I was getting it for free.
Well, this I feel like is the key element to the story, which is we're doing a show where you're getting dinner for free.
Yes.
And so there's almost an implied like, hey,
you take it or leave it.
Take it or leave it. Like take what's being served here.
Ugh.
But you're
why am I ordering?
But you're still ordering off a menu.
Yeah.
So you're treating it like it's a restaurant.
I would never. Okay, perfect example. I would never, if someone put like stuff we do here, like a sketch, when like a platter of food is out.
Of course.
I would never go up to a platter and be like, "This has some." Like, I would never. If there's
who do I talk to about this platter?
If it's like, here's what we have. Beautiful. I'm working around it, or I just won't eat it if I don't like it.
But if you put in an order,
and I don't think it's. I try so hard. I'm like overly nice at restaurants. Like I because of this bullshit.
This is one of your anxious things, I think, is the relationship to the wait staff.
Well, like when something goes wrong, when I've done everything to try to make it go smoothly,
you tip like 40%.
I tip I tip a lot. I go, I'll take this burger without the sauce, please, and then blah blah, and then I hear like the review. Sometimes when they go over it, she didn't say the no sauce.
You overheard her.
No, she was like, kind of annoyed, then doing something like putting it in, and was like, she was like, okay, yeah, so you got this, blah blah, and I go.
But you felt, you knew in that moment.
That's a sketch.
I knew. I knew in my heart. I was like, sauce is coming on that. I could always. You know what's crazy? Yeah. My intuition. I'm like a mother.
Sauce intuition.
I swear, dude. I know. I would say 9 times out of 10 when something comes back like that, I knew it.
Yeah. No. I think there's a vibe you get where you're like, I don't think they got it.
But then, how crazy am I? And this would always. I would never dream of going and just double check no sauce on that. She would have thrown me out of the building.
That's where you and I are different. I feel like I'm at the point now.
I've been around him when he's done this, and I'm like, they want to kill us. Like, but like,
for some reason, I can do that because we have different flavors of the same anxiety, but I can handle the confrontation moment where it feels like you're pushing past what this person wants you to do, And I'm like, I'll save it on the back end. I'll do a joke. I'll make a self-deprecating joke.
I could do
I
that.
know I'm being a needy boy.
I could do that with other stuff, but food I always have in the back of my head. Like remember the classic, like you don't mess with the food. Like they're gonna.
Are people still doing that?
I
Can
don't-
somebody write in and tell
Please.
us? Because if you're in the wait service industry, whatever it is, and you're back in that kitchen, is that still happening?
I hope not.
When we were growing
honestly,
up-
don't write it.
I feel like that was a huge fear growing up.
That may have been like a big like 90s, early 2000s thing where it's like that was like the classic, like people would, that was like a scare tactic that was out there where they're like, it wasn't even special requests. It was literally like, if you order anything, you're done.
I know. So you're clocking that they're going to mess the sauce up. Your
Yeah.
food comes out
I'm
as
so-
expected with sauce on it.
It was smothered.
How much of the bun was impacted?
100% of the top bun, but then it was like a trickle down effect. No, okay, so it comes smothered in sauce, and I can't even. You probably were an outside observer. I'm freaking. I think the show's over at this point, so all I have to focus on is this burger.
This show's over. Yeah. So
Light 'em.
you basically are like pleading with me in real time because Mike's giving you a hard time, and you're wanting me to be like your a confidant, where you're like, look, you would send this back with sauce, and I think what I landed on was like, it depends how hungry I am, because if I'm maximally hungry, I'll just eat it because I'm starving.
I was hungry. That's why I ordered it, because I was like, oh man, we've been out all day. Probably did 3 sets.
And it's late.
It's late.
So if you're hungry,
It's like
you're ready to
11:30,
eat.
and the show's over, so it's probably 11:20, 11:30.
You're like, I need to eat something. So you made the call that you were going to send it back.
Yeah. And send it back that sounds crazy, but again, in the nicest possible way.
How'd you phrase it?
We have like a report. This is another element. I think I ordered a double because it was a veggie burger. So I was like, I'll get 2, which I've never ordered there before. I may have gone, I think it was a double whammy, so I felt comfortable. I was like, I think it was a single with sauce that they gave me.
I see.
And I ordered a double.
double
It must
no
have been because
sauce.
she didn't put in the double or the no sauce.
Yeah.
I find like the nicest looking guy there.
It gives you. Oh. Tell me more.
Hell of an ass.
So you're kind of using the cover of the double mess
The
up.
double, I lead with the double.
Yeah.
And then I go, hey, also, the sauce has got to go, brother. But I was like, hey, man, I'm so sorry. Like, again, like probably over apologizing. I was like, hey, man, I ordered like a double and also like without sauce. And he, again, it was kind of, I know both. If I were him, I would have been like, even if I hated me, I would have been like, oh my God, we're so sorry.
How did he react?
He was like, almost questioning if he would take it back.
Oh, man. He was grilling you. Literally.
With sauce. But he was like, not grilling me, but he was like, oh, all right. And I think he was just trying to mentally get like, what do we need to fix?
Okay, well, at least he's getting inputs.
Yes,
That's
yeah,
good.
he's definitely getting the input. But the he was like, I was like, yeah, just one more. And yeah, that's it. Like nothing else. Just one more burger without the sauce. And then I'm sitting there sweating it out. And then like
You're dying. You looked uncomfortable.
yeah, I feel it. I'm like reliving it now. I'm re-traumatized. But he
Gotta get Sarah in here, do some
yeah,
somatic
dude,
therapy.
I literally could feel it right now.
That's amazing.
But he, the guy walks past me and he like kind of made eye contact. And you know the weird thing where like you make eye contact. I do this a lot where I'm like waiting for a to-go order where you're just looking around and you look at them, but they're like, okay, we get it. Like,
Oh, he gave you an okay, we get it.
he kind of mistook because I was just making eye contact probably because I was nervous.
But he thought you were summoning.
He kind of thought, and he did like a half. He's like walking, and then he does like a half, and then comes back to me and goes, hey, just to double check on that, are you allergic to the sauce? And I'm like, oh my God.
That's the worst nightmare of a sauce person. To be like, no, I'm just a problem.
Yeah, he literally forced me to say it. Like he was like, are you allergic to that sauce? I was like, I think I said like not necessarily or something like necessarily. He's like, can we just like wipe it off? And I was like, absolutely, like rub it on the ground, do whatever you gotta do.
Spit it as you were going to.
Yeah, and
Ask if you're allergic.
asking if you're
What did they
allergic
end up
is
bringing you at the end?
what I
new-
originally asked for.
A new one? Or a scraped sauce off?
I assume they scraped the sauce and just replaced the top bun.
Got it.
Yeah, don't throw the burger away.
Yeah. Speaking of sauce,
Yes.
You've been off the sauce.
For the past like 3 months, I have been mostly. Well, I made a rule. No, I made a rule: no drinking during any sort of performance.
That's what I feel like I have noticed, because the second you were off the sauce for comedy, it was like a rocket ship for ability.
I appreciate that. It feels that way.
And so I'm just curious, like, state dependent learning. You were pretty much, I didn't even realize this, you were pretty much like boozing for comedy for the first many years, like almost all the time.
Yeah, I mean, not being like incoherent, but like even a casual. Again, you're at bars, and a lot of times it's a very shitty environment, and you're hanging with your friends. So yeah, I would say like most of the time I was on stage would be like 1 to 2 drinks at least.
Which I don't know, like I would feel different enough that being totally sober to do material for people would feel different.
Kinda, yeah. If you're, and again with like social, it's less like once you get up there. I feel like what I noticed is once you get up there and start doing it, it was a lot more fun, and it was a lot. You just have a lot more of an antenna, and,
exactly.
But like it wasn't. I would think I would be like more nervous, but it's just more so like life anxiety or like social anxiety around it.
Right.
Like now I'm just at a bar like sitting for 2 hours. That's weirder to me than like maybe anticipatory anxiety of like oh shit, like this might what if I get up there and like that.
What if nobody laughs?
Well, that's always, but like but that is way worse than the. Once you start doing it, for me, I'm like, okay, this is fine now.
Once you start doing the comedy.
Yes, like the second the set
I
starts,
see.
even if it's a bomb, I'm like, well, I feel comfortable. I know what's happening here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think similar where, I mean, there are some rare occasions where you feel fine and then you get up there and you're like, oh, this is bad.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you can miscalculate. There's all sorts of things that can
But
happen.
mostly it feels like it's always worse before. If you're going to be nervous for something, it's more nerve-wracking before it starts. And then once it starts, you're like, well, this is going now.
For pretty much everything, yeah.
Now, the experience on stage with a few drinks in you, what do you mean the antenna? Because I literally, from the beginning, was like, I will never drink if I'm going to do comedy. Because I was like, I want to learn how to do this in the same state every time.
I had a weird rule about that, too, where I would do it. I would have that intermittent throughout the whole thing where I'm like, which is why I didn't become like a completely, I feel like I got just better, but like, it's not like I had like a completely different personality. Like,
sure,
but
a whole new like drunk guy character or something.
I think you're just less receptive, and you see a lot of people, I feel like you see a lot of people at open mics and stuff where like it's, I feel like you're just not taking, well, you see it more with weed. I see a lot of people with weed where like they're so high all the time that they're not, the bombs don't get, I feel like I got better because I realized why I was bombing. Because I'm like, I feel like if you're a couple drinks in, you're not getting affected. I feel like you could have like a pretty shitty set that felt like okay, and then you're not feeling anything after of like, that's why I bombed, or like I should feel like a piece of shit right now, but I don't.
Yeah, because the feedback is the key, and the feedback is so subtle. Like I love what, you know, I don't know how ubiquitous this clip is, but Jerry saying the audience writes the act.
Yeah.
Well, they can't participate if you have some portion of you not there.
Yeah.
So every subtle little, and I didn't even know how to describe it, but like little noises and the type of laugh you're getting, I feel like I need to have, it's so hard because I feel like we're also, you know, just a couple of years in, if there's anything that's like limiting what you're experiencing from them, I'm like, I need all that. I need
feel
everything.
And I feel like if they pick up on that, if you're like drunk enough where you're kind of tuning out, that's why it feels like it's easier because you feel more bomb proof.
Right.
But when you're not letting anybody in there, you're also not going to kill because they're not.
I remember saying this to you. I said, I feel like you're a guy we're observing, not a guy in the room with us.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I think that is like that. I think that's hard, drinking or not.
Well, for sure. But like, I mean, yeah. But if you're only the guy being observed, it's like this material needs to be so good.
Correct.
Yeah. But I mean, you could, if you're in the room, you could get laughs not doing material yet, or like talking about whatever. But
yes, you want to be a funny guy that everyone wants to be around, who happens to have written really funny jokes.
Sure, yeah. Having an entire life where it's encouraged, I feel like getting into the 30s, it's starting to hurt and not be that fun.
Yeah. But you said you didn't drink with drums.
Not while I was playing, but like directly after. For like sticks
down.
But I mean, like, you're in a band, like, you're partying.
Yeah,
like,
well,
it's like,
but that's totally different. Partying versus doing the thing.
Well, you
drunk.
mean as it relates to doing something? No.
Yeah.
I wasn't. And I would instruments are totally different. All of your practicing and learning is you just alone in a room, and I was not alone in a room drinking alcohol, practicing drums. So, like,
that's a crazy character.
That'd be wild. Hey, maybe I'll try it. But yeah. No. So that one was like, that's the classic thing where like you rehearse the shit out of what you're doing. And then if it's especially like a rock band, you can have like that's maybe where I fucked myself with stand up, because you can have the one or two drinks with drumming, and it's so muscle memory that like it will help you, because
And
like
it loosens you up a little.
It'll get rid of that little adrenaline thing you're having.
Well, this is like beta blockers for musicians can be helpful.
I tried a beta blocker one time, and it wouldn't let you through the door of my house. Dude, suddenly your texts weren't coming in.
I'm blocked.
Yeah, but no, I weirdly tried one of those one time, and it didn't. I'm impervious to. This is another crazy.
This is the craziest.
The whole thing, the whole thing that made me stop drinking is I had a horrific bomb where I was really, really drunk.
Yeah.
But also, it
was like the craziest thing of seeing a guy on the verge of being blackout drunk and nervous.
Yes, I was.
What a combo!
I'm the only person who. Yeah, I was like, I've had a panic attack before while severely inebriated. It's crazy. It's like, I feel like my body will not. I could override anything with panic.
But like, kind of almost like scientifically fascinating to just observe someone in the state of like, that guy is shit faced and pretty worried.
Well, because I saw like weeks later, I've seen so many people that, like, if you're watching a guy who's too drunk doing stand-up comedy, you would expect it to just be belligerent and like blah blah blah, but it was like, I'm trying my best to do my material.
I can't even like recreate what it is, but it's like, is this okay, guys?
Yeah, it's literally like desperate. Yeah, it's crazy.
So that was like a crash out of all crash outs, where you were like, that was no fun for anyone involved, mostly me.
Yeah.
And it's really like, that was like the best low stakes crash out.
Oh, for sure. It was at a show that does a bar show that we run. So like, I'm not going to
professional.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to fire myself. I did that night. That's the funniest part about it. I was supposed to, we alternate who hosts. So it's a show we run, and it happened that this is the perfect storm again, because it happened to be like, the show had been like mid, like the attendance in the past ones. This one was like
packed out,
a hot one where like finally like our hard work's paying off. Like theoretically, this should be like, I get rewarded where I could do my best stuff and just kill here. Yep. We had been out at a couple different spots. I think I was just on an somehow the
crazy way to describe
the levels were off.
The levels were off. Well, and I approached you before, and I was like, I was reading your levels, and I go, do you want me to host?
I should have. No, but in retrospect, what a smart move would be like, yes, you should host, and I'll go up later and like eat a burger with sauce on it.
Too much sauce is always your problem.
Yeah, I'm sauced. Hold it. But yeah, no, but I was in the defiant. I wanted so badly to not be drunk that I was like, are you out of your mind, dude? Obviously I'm hosting.
I know, it was the obviously, dude. Obviously I'm hosting.
Yeah.
And then, you go up and have whatever happened.
Yeah.
But then it's like, okay, sometimes the set doesn't go the way you want it to go. And then you just do the next. It's like a showcase show. There's like going to be 7 comedians. It doesn't matter.
And I've had brutal bombs where you just, you dust it off.
And you move forward.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting there and then you just came around and you go, hey, I'm going to head out.
I literally abandoned my hosting duties because he's right there. So I bomb a host set and bring him up to do a set. And then I'm just sitting there like ruminating, like, that was not good. and then he gets, I can't communicate while he's on stage. So he gets off and I go, all right, Judson Beach, everybody. And then here's your next comic. And I bring him up and then immediately go to Judson like, hey man, I think I'm going to get out of here. You're the host now, and I will see you later.
Just like a passing the baton. So then now the audience
in like the calmest way possible, and I like did not make I was just like
so calm. Just, hey man, I'm gonna get out of here, and you're gonna host the rest of the show.
Where were you at? Like, are we talking like nausea was hitting?
No. So it's not to be on a stage. A 10, but in like normal life, if we were at a party here, you'd be like, oh, that guy's pretty drunk, but he's not like falling over.
Okay. No, not like problematically drunk.
No.
Right before though.
Right.
Where you're like, if this goes further, if I get drunker and drunker, I'll be totally unaware of what's happening.
Yeah.
But like you're aware enough that you're like, I'm out of control.
Yeah.
And I know that 100%.
Yeah, I was about to say that's the worst phase.
Yes.
To do stand up in.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, it was literally like, I know I could see and feel all of my limitations. And that as I was bombing, I was just like, I was forgetting. I was trying to do like old stuff just to try to go on autopilot. And I was forgetting jokes I've said hundreds of times.
Yeah.
Like
because now you got double. Because now you've got observing yourself energy, which makes you forget your jokes, and drunk energy, which makes you slow.
Yes.
So you're slow and doing a mental space self-analysis. It's like a total
and seeing it's like watching a movie. I felt like I was watching myself because I'm like looking at the crowd and I just don't have the bandwidth to take in like, all right, pick it up, or like I didn't even have the thing like, all right, you guys are hating this, like moving up. Like it was just, I gotta keep saying the things and I'm just watching this go horribly.
But how funny for the audience then, because you do a host set, I do comedy, somebody else does comedy that you bring up, and then I come back. And I was like, hey guys, I really enjoyed it up here, so thought I'd come back. Remember that nervous guy from earlier? He decided to go home. The show must go on. It was just so crazy. Oh, but it was fun. But I loved it because you were like, hey, I'm gonna totally revamp my like basically just professionalism. I said this on a different podcast with you, but I was like, you got to drink for the job you want, not the job you have. And you know, great line. I love that line.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And you were like, oh, okay. And then like, boom, just like a totally different vibe. Great.
Yeah. I mean that I'm incredibly disciplined when it comes to stuff like that, where I'm like, yeah, and it's like, why I had the feeling of why am I putting so many like often miserable unpaid hours into this to just fuck it up like within one drink of fucking the whole thing up.
When everything is there that you've been working, you put all this work in, and it's like, oh, well, I got to control the things I can control. I can control the state that I show up on stage in. I can't control the 5 shows in a row I had to do to 4 people. I can't control, oh, this was going to be good, but then the mic is bad.
Yeah.
But like when everything is set up,
that was actually the perfect storm for that, where it was great. It was like the only variable here that made it go wrong was you.
Isn't that nice?
I mean, it was pretty. Yeah, it worked out. But yeah, God, that was so funny. And I'm just sitting in my living room afterwards, like with the entire lineup texting me like, "You all right?" It's like, yeah, I gotta turn some things around in my life.
And every open mic or every show, whatever you're doing, is like a party with people you know. It has the energy of not like partying, but like socially, it's not the energy of work. It's socially the energy of hanging out, having fun.
Especially because it's a Friday, because like, I sometimes feel on Fridays like, oh, I'm going to kind of have a Friday even though we're working here.
Yes.
So like if you're drinking, that could easily get away from you.
And I'm such a psycho on the other way where I'm like, I will not have one drop of alcohol in my system if I have to do comedy.
Yeah, well, that's where I'm at now, and it's it's a lot better.
It's just simpler. Like I can't
Way simpler, yeah.
I can't manage it, and I'm also not like there's nothing about me that's more fun if I'm drinking.
Yeah, that's my problem. Is I do have a lot more fun for the most part.
Yeah, well, and I mean everybody's system is different. Like if I have like more than 2 drinks ever, I'm just so moody. I'm like such a like
I've seen it a couple times.
Bitch.
Yeah.
It's like, I like will know it's and I'm like the whole world is out to get me. It's like the worst person to put on stage with a microphone.
That's
you know
usually
what I mean?
where most people get by like the end of the. Anytime I get there, it's like I really went for it, and I'm on like the come down where it's like, oh god. But like for the first 10, I'm like, we're going for it. We're having a blast here.
Yeah, everyone's my best friend.
Yeah.
So I have the everyone's my best friend for like a drink and a half. And then at like 2, I'm like, I'm just a regular guy who's had. But then like if I do more than 2 drinks,
Wow.
I very quickly start to just become like a depressed guy.
Yeah, it is a depressant, but I have like the weird thing where that's why I drink so much caffeine now when I'm out, because like without the stimulus of like we're partying, I'm like I'm about to go to bed. Like
Yeah. Well, and that's what I mean though about like state dependent, where I think there is something to
Tennessee.
like there's something to like I want to be in the right headspace or the right vibe.
Yeah.
And how do I manufacture that? If you're using substances to get there,
Yeah.
it's so then you become a chemist.
That's what it is a cheat code for though, with the because I noticed this now where like the when you're getting reps just for the sake of them, there's so many times where I'm like, I do not feel the slightest bit silly or fun right now.
Yeah.
And I think most people use it as a cheat code for that, because anytime you're drinking, you're like, I never did not feel like doing comedy.
Okay, well, this is where I think I am glad I've put the reps in on this, but this has been one of the harder things for me. I always say the hardest part about comedy isn't the jokes or the sets or the bombing. It's the walk from my back door to my car, which is going, bye family, bye kids. I'm going off to do something. And so often just between, because I'll be like excited to do the show all day. And then the second I leave, I'm like, what am I doing with my life? This is a huge mistake. You know, so I'll like start the whole comedy night process like already depressed.
Oh yeah.
So like there's just so many times where I've been like driving and I show up at the place and I'm like, I want to be like, I know I want to be here, but like I have to work through that. So like the thing you're saying of like not feeling silly and not feeling funny, I have so many memories of that. But I feel like now I know that feeling and it doesn't freak me out. I know like, because it's like what you're saying. As soon as I get on stage and I'm up there and I'm doing it, I'm like, this is the funnest thing ever. I remember how much I like it.
Even if it's not going really well, even if you're just trying to, I feel like once you're up there,
wouldn't know what that's like,
it's once you're up there, it's hard to not feel like, oh, we're getting fun here. Yeah.
Speaking of comedy, did you bring some bits to bounce?
I have, I'm kind of stuck on
your act.
the whole thing. Here, let's go through. Here, let me see actually which ones. I'm still stuck. Okay, so going with the not drinking thing. I have a bit. You've heard the alcohol, the front half.
Okay.
The alcohol. When I stopped drinking, I started to realize I don't enjoy doing anything. I thought I was like a fun, outgoing guy. Turns out I was just drunk. Blah blah blah. So going from that, I had one where I'm starting to replace having a good time with alcohol with a lot of shitty food late at night.
I like that.
And in the grocery store, I buy a lot of frozen food, and I realized that the grocery store has labeled the aisle novelties. And that's not what food is supposed to be called. Like I feel like I'm at a Spencer's Gifts. Like I'm loading my cart. I've got like mozzarella sticks, potato wedges, a whoopee cushion, and, so that part's been working. And then the way I've been getting out of it is very silly. I'm like at the checkout. She's like, "Will that be cash or card?" Like, you guys stop taking Monopoly money. Now getting laughs in this room, but that's very set dependent on like the silliness. And then I talk about like a giant check, but I don't know. I want to have like a more concrete ender to that where it's like because people get the Spencer's gifts and then like you're buying a whoopee cushion.
What do you feel like when you're doing it is the part that they connect to? Because I love this idea. I'm a big fan of the novelties at the grocery store as a joke premise, because there's perfect incongruence there.
Yeah.
You're buying stuff at the store. It's called novelties. I think we all know that section.
Yeah.
And you don't clock it until you go, wait, novelties aren't food.
Yeah. And it's just a weird thing to label. It's not appetite novelties.
Yeah. So it's like
you picture like the glasses with the mustache.
Yes. Yes. So that's great. And I think you're doing the right move of adapting it to being like, what are novelties that would be in the grocery store? It's funny.
Yeah.
To get out, what is the vibe when it works? What are people connecting to about it? Are they connecting to you being silly telling it, or is it like just punching it out?
When the like Monopoly money and the giant check, when the whole thing has worked, it's been, I could recognize they're just so on board with like, yes, I get it. That is silly novelties. And then the Spencer's connects it perfectly where they're like, okay, yeah, like I get it now.
Yes.
But then it sort of just kind of peters out because I'm just giving more example. I'm just playing the game more.
There's not a further elevation.
Not a further elevation.
Is there anything funny to? There's a section at a novelty store where you do have to buy like the last thing on your list, which is like a casserole. You know, it's to flip it, where it's like, if this is this, then that is that.
Give me an. I'm not.
I did walk into a Spencer's Gifts the other day, bought a couple of macaroni and cheeses.
Oh, I see what you mean.
You know, and I don't know if that's good,
Yeah.
if there's like to elevate the game, because if you're saying like the audience is running out of fun with that game because it's the same beat over and over,
Yeah.
of like, what's a novelty that you would have at the grocery store? What's the novelty you would have at the grocery store? They're on to it.
Yeah.
So how do you elevate? Because I feel like some bits are like this, where it's like, this is an avenue into an idea. It doesn't have a beginning, a middle, and an end. It's just like we're opening up an idea factory.
Yeah, because that's like a nice, like Louis does that a lot with the like the side trail, like leading you down like a little cul-de-sac.
A long aside.
Yeah.
And right now your act is all asides. That's a big thing with Chris's. He's got so many good, like, if I could wedge this rabbit trail.
I have like a whole folder of like, that sentence is funny. It has nothing to do with anything. Yeah. But
the nothing to do with anything tour.
Actually, I have been shoehorning in a lot of the Rainforest Cafe. Finally made it into a bit.
I want to start categorizing stuff like that too, because I have so many where I'm like, this is such a good line. It just needs context. And because there's some stuff that's just not funny to be like, guys, isn't this funny?
Yeah.
It's like, no, you're giving it up too much. Like, you have to organically get in there.
Yeah.
Do you have another bit you want to run?
Oh, let's see if we have been working on this, but let's see if we can crack anything else on this.
Okay.
There's certain things in your life. If by that.
Oh, I like this. Yeah.
There's certain things in your life that if you haven't started early enough, they're never going to happen. Like, if you haven't trained if you're 25 and you haven't trained in basketball, you're not making the NBA. Like, I'm 35 right now. I'm never going to be able to start ending my emails with cheers.
Yes. And that's getting a recognition.
That's getting a laugh like it just did. But then I'm stuck on the middle because I've been experimenting with a bunch of like, I'm not a cheers guy. Like, I'm not even close to a cheers guy. Like,
Yes.
I try to cover all my bases on an email. I end every email with an apology. Like, hey man, that sounds great. Looking forward to working with you. Many apologies.
That's funny.
Okay.
But see, I laugh because I use Cheers. That's why it
Oh,
got me.
you're a Cheers guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I feel weird doing it because I'm like too young maybe to do it.
No, but
like,
you
I'm
started
starting
early.
at the right time.
Oh,
But you are a guy, and we don't have Hayden on screen yet, but you
seem like a cheers guy. Like,
you
I
have
do
Cheers
Cheers.
guy energy.
oh, I think we're tapping into it because I got to do.
Straight guy with painted
Well,
fingernails.
I gotta do something more with the start because like the thing about being 35 and doing it is like the people in my life, I've established myself as not a cheers
You're
guy.
not. Yeah, you can't jump into being a Cheers guy.
yeah.
Like if all of a sudden you started sending
It
Cheers,
would feel
disingenuous.
insincere.
Yes. Yeah. Many apologies.
Many apologies.
But there's the missing link right now is I get the recognition laugh from both sides. So like he's laughing because I've been mainly getting it from like millennial age people because like they're like, oh, I have a
Cheers guy in my life.
Yes, but he's like, I am the Cheers guy and you aren't.
Is it funny to describe a Cheers guy?
I've tried. I haven't tried enough, but it's hard because there's different types of like I wouldn't have like one when you see one.
You wouldn't have pegged me as a Cheers guy.
He would have pegged you.
I'll peg you whether you say it or not. But I would no. Well, that's the thing is I'm not surprised that he's a Cheers guy. But what I had in my head was like Mumford and Sons, like suspenders mixologist.
I think could you get away with doing a? There's two type of people that are Cheers guys. It's this and it's
the
this.
Covert Cheers guy and the and the clear Cheers guy.
Sometimes you
covert, but no, well, you're not covert because that makes sense. Like band T-shirt, like like Cheers could be like a casual band guy, or it could be like the douchiest guy on the planet.
Yeah, but there is a through line to a Cheers guy though. I think there's an essence to the Cheers guy. The way I would describe a Cheers guy is there's some subject in their life.
Sorry. Many apologies.
That's not a Cheers guy move right there.
A Cheers guy would never have made that. No. Cheers guy would eat the sauce.
Oh, a Cheers guy loves sauce. But a Cheers guy, there's some subject in their life where if you accidentally start talking with them about it, they will make you feel bad in how you're talking with them about it. Where it's
interesting.
They have such a curated high level of taste and high level of knowledge in that thing.
I kind of am a Cheers guy though with like movies.
No, but they effortlessly, in an unanxious way.
Fuck.
You're the perfect storm because like you know about Cheers energy.
Yeah.
But you have a block. You have some.
Well, I have all the same info as the Cheers guy.
Yes, you know the Cheers stuff.
Yeah.
But you can't be a Cheers guy.
Yeah. Well, we're onto something here because that connector between I need the perfect example of how I'm not a Cheers guy and what a Cheers guy is, because then the many apologies will hit. That'll.
Yeah. Well, what right now the many apologies is doing is it's doing the heavy lifting of describing who you are.
Yeah.
So if we can do that by just putting you in juxtaposition to a Cheers guy,
and then it'll be the like release.
A Cheers guy is this. I'm this. Because then you've got that like contrast where you can be like, and it's not even like you're disparaging the Cheers guy. You do it self-deprecating.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like a Cheers guy wears suspenders. I have a suspended license.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what it is. That's not funny, but like it's something like that.
I get what you mean. Yeah, a one-to-one example that really drives it home. Because then the many apologies is like the release. Because right now, some people like the many apologies will get kind of a laugh, but it's people doing all the math.
Yep.
More people will laugh.
I feel you plant them. You kind of did it accidentally by knocking the mic. You plant. No, but seriously, you plant the many apologies.
Should I just do that with the mic? See, a Cheers guy would never do that. A built-in fumble.
Like you plant the many apologies, then you go on to describe the Cheers guy, then you describe a situation where you tried to be a Cheers guy, and then you call back to many apologies. They'll remember it. I feel like because that got me when you said that.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I love a many apologies callback. That means you have to build enough out that there's space after many apologies.
Oh, for sure.
There's something there.
Yeah, this is one that's like
I'm going to change the bits I picked because you picked more worked out stuff than I have.
I mean, well, that's just because I haven't written anything.
You're picking 3-year-old bits over here.
No, these are hot. I've tried these like twice.
These are good. What was one where I wanted a new ending? Oh, okay. The GoFundMe. I want a new ending.
You've been this one was like ready to go.
And I ruined it.
Months ago, and you ruined it.
Yeah. But you know what it was? Is I was vibing off a new joke energy. I was getting away with all energy.
Yeah.
I did need to restructure it so it made sense more.
Okay.
And it's been working restructured. I just don't like my exit.
Okay, where are we at with it right now?
Where we at with it is I can't stop reading these medical GoFundMes. They're getting so good. You know, every one of it's like I can't put them down. It's like Harry Potter for people who got hit by an Uber. And I was like, I feel like they're getting so good because like there's so much more competition with them now. Like there used to only be a couple. Now you got to like really make your case. You know, like these aren't like medical emergencies. These are like potential Hulu series, right? And at some point I was saying like it's almost worth us not having universal health care, right? Just to set that up. It's like I'm not trying to disparage people who are going out trying to get help. I'm nodding to the fact that like I'm on your side. Like, there's a systemic problem and I'm on your side with it. But then I go into the examples and I'll be like, if you're going to make one, like, be anything but boring. Don't come out here, my appendix burst. Like, okay, moron, have a bake sale.
Yeah.
This is the big leagues. This is GoFundMe.
Yep.
All right.
That part always works from what I've
That
seen.
always works. And then I go, you gotta come out there hot. You gotta be like, I'm a single mom from Chattanooga, and I accidentally stepped on an old landmine. And you do the voice, and it's like, can you help me care for my 11 smallpox-riddled children?
Yep.
No amount is too small. That whole thing.
Yep.
And then I'm getting out of it with being like, I'm seeing them now. They're getting crazy. I saw one that was selling merch.
Yeah, that's great.
So it's like, can I interest you in my vaginal reconstruction tote bag?
Oh, yeah.
And that, I mean, sometimes I'll say, like, at least that has the appropriately sized opening, but it doesn't have, like, that as a trickle off for what I think is, like, a fun
I feel like
joke.
vaginal reconstruction is too extreme of an example. I feel like it needs to be a simpler medical problem.
And I don't want it to go to, like, I'm kind of bringing it down by making it more blue, where I don't need to do that.
Yeah. Well, when I just heard vaginal reconstruction, I was like, that's so jarring that I'm like almost taken out of it.
Yeah. And I do it because it's like I'm out of stuff and I need to laugh and I'm got to go on to the next thing. But this is what I mean. Like I want to take a moment to go, where has this not gone yet? Like they're selling merch is fun.
I feel like you got to go something serious because you set the precedent of like these GoFundMes are really serious. You got to say like cancer or
well,
something.
and like the serious thing with like a tour T-shirt, or like
a sticker.
My prostate cancer tote bag.
Yeah.
But I don't want to bring something so dark.
I feel like
in
there's
there.
a funnier version of tote bag because it's got to be fun. The merch has to be fun. Not
Okay.
like
What is merch?
It's already dark though. I feel like you just stay dark with it.
Just stay. Like
I mean, I don't know if that fits your act, but
because there's something absurd about stepping on an old landmine where it's like this isn't a real person in my life.
Lawnmower accident.
But
or
there's a
something.
lot of people in the audience who like, what if their mom has cancer?
Yeah,
Right.
cancer's
You
rough.
sometimes bring it in, and I also have a thing where it's like when I say stuff, it comes across as sincere.
Sure,
That's just like my vibe.
Yeah, maybe like plantar fasciitis or something that sounds like.
Can we make it like a real medical problem, but that's like not life threatening, but that is like a real serious problem, like
Something you need like a routine surgery on, but you're fine.
like colitis,
cataracts or something. I don't know.
Cataract. Cataracts is not bad. Like a tour T-shirt. I like the idea of the
something
merch
specific.
item being silly because
Yeah.
tote bag is like a boring. That's like what you get for a donation.
Yeah.
You got to have like the merch needs to be like something
Like a phone case or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like
Phone case.
like a Labubu or like
What's a Labubu?
It's a Gen Z thing, but
Clearly,
I don't know if people aren't customizing it, but something like over the top that's like
A piece of merch that's like very
Something
silly.
that's like-
can I just use my colitis phone case?
yeah.
I think that'll work. But then I still want to get out of it with some button that like gives it a beginning, a middle, and an end. Like, do I have a GoFundMe that I'm trying to launch?
I was thinking that.
I think, is it funny to make it like more low level? Like, I'm going to start doing GoFundMes, but like just for checkups.
Oh, there you go.
It's gotten so expensive
There you
now to
go.
go to the doctor. Like, I started doing GoFundMes for like getting my blood work.
Yeah. Like a copay.
A copay.
Copay is good because it's such a low, like $50.
I had to go in and get some blood work done. I did box tops. I did
a blah 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 for my copay.
I did a fun run for my copay.
yeah. There you go. Something like that. Yeah.
I'll put that in the notes.
I held a fun run for my copay.
Yeah. It's like, if we're allowed to do this, I'm doing it. You know?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fun. That's fun.
Yeah.
I also feel like there's more to the entertainment of the GoFundMe.
I had another line in that where it was like, don't think of it as a medical emergency. Think of it as a creative writing exercise.
Yeah. There you go. Whatever happened to Sarah's foot? She lost me in the second act.
Yes, exactly.
The second act dragged, but I got something like
I know. There's a lot of good with that. If they buy into that, if that's a fun ride. But again, it's the same thing we were saying with the novelties. It's like I have so many funny lines, but it's playing that same note a lot.
It's the same note, yeah.
So you got to pick like what's the best note to play.
Yeah.
Of that category.
Oh, something about like entertainment business isn't doing so well. We got Emmy writers punching up knee surgeries.
Yeah, writers are getting into the GoFundMe game.
Yeah,
AI's taking all the jobs.
Yeah. People used to want to write on a sitcom. Now they're punching up knee surgeries.
That's not bad.
Something like that.
Yeah. But again, it's all in that same thing. So you're just finding the best one of that category is good.
Right.
The bonus round, Chris.
Okay.
I want to do some questions that I ask everybody on the way out the door here.
Okay.
We touched on this a little bit. I don't think this is going to be your answer, so I don't think we have to backtrack too much. But what is a movie that changed your life?
Hands down, Marriage Story. Changed my life. I don't really have a life-changing moment, but I could go to my Letterboxd top 4. I do a top 4 where these aren't necessarily my 4 favorite movies of all time.
Okay.
But they are.
It's like your MySpace. You know, it's like you would do your 8 or whatever.
I will actually, since we were talking comedy, I just rewatched Sideways, which
That's fun. That's
which
a great
I
movie.
think might actually be my. I don't know if it's the best comedy.
A drinking movie. Surprise, surprise. There's a theme for me.
I don't think it might not necessarily be the best comedy of all time, but I think it might be my favorite comedy.
You're a huge Giamatti head.
To watch. I loved Jack. It's Alexander Payne, who he's had a couple of misses, but incredible comedy director. It's just I think it's like a perfect movie.
What about it hits you? Is it I see myself in the characters? I love the ride. I love the style.
Both. I could see myself in both of the characters.
That's a great movie where you see yourself in multiple.
Yeah, because you got the aloof, fun-loving party guy and the deeply insecure, deeply depressed Giamatti guy, both just shredding on all cylinders. It's great. Yeah, I'll just say I like Sideways. Changed my life.
I like that. How about let me lay this on you? Do you, Chris, believe in ghosts?
No,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
And have you had a moment in your life where you were more in on it than you are now?
No. I feel like when you're a kid, you could like think anything's a ghost. So I'm sure I had like when I was a child, I was probably like, ooh, the door blew shut.
Yes.
It's windy as hell around here. Things are moving all the time.
Yeah. Well, like for example, we had we were cleaning up at our old apartment. Sarah and I were like just sweeping up, and an unlit candle explodes, a glass candle, and it was just like boom, shattered out of thin air.
Interesting.
And Sarah was 100% convinced.
Did it remain on a table? So it's not like it fell off?
No. It was just here and just exploded.
What the?
It was the craziest thing. Sarah was convinced this is like extraterrestrial. This is ghost. This is like divine. Something's going on. And
did you test like the air in the like the is that like radon or something?
No, I do know a lot about radon. Radon would have nothing to do with this.
Okay.
It was one of those moments where
radon, brother.
We were digging around the internet looking for anything. I was digging around. She was like pretty convinced. She's like, "There's ghosts. We have to leave. They're not happy."
She's like an extremely logical person too.
Yeah, I think we both are, but she's definitely more open to like mysticism and like not like I want to pin anything down, but like, is it a possibility? Yes. I'm more like, is it a possibility? No.
Yeah.
So I was like, I know for a fact a ghost did not shatter this candle. I will get to the bottom of this.
Okay.
So I'm researching. Finally, I find online there's a phenomenon, especially with cheap candles. So like if they're from Pottery Barn bullshit, whatever.
Mystery solved.
I know. Of course, I'm cheaping out on the candle. I got a 12-cent candle in here.
Everything in your house is exploding. Is it normal for your fork to catch on fire?
I know. So they can have imperfections in the glass in the manufacturing because they're so cheap. They're just mass producing these. So if there's imperfections. We had it sitting next to the speaker.
Oh, there you go.
The Bose speaker. And it was Christmas music, so it's like choral. So there's like high notes.
Frequencies.
So it was more susceptible to
breaking.
So was it just slowly?
Well, we didn't see, all we saw was the end result of we have a glass candle that has some probably imperfection that's not, you can't see it.
Yeah.
But it's like got some issue with it right next to the speaker. And whatever the frequency is, hit it and exploded it.
That makes perfect sense. Sound and glass, that's tales old as time.
But like, how crazy is it to be sitting there and just glass is exploding? Like, across the room.
It's unusual. I'll give you
So
that.
did Sarah accept that explanation when you provided it, or? She's still convinced there's something else.
I wouldn't be convinced that she's accepted that. No, I think she probably would. I also think there's something fun about being the type of person that doesn't have to track everything. I think there's something sad about me that I'm like, I have to do that.
I would have done the
now.
same thing though. I would have been like,
I wonder, with ghosts, I feel like there's a difference between believing in ghosts and don't people say there's like unexplained, is there like energy, like the way I'm more looking at it practically like where does energy go when you're, I'm a dumbass. But like,
however you land this plane, I'm gonna be shocked.
But like,
where does energy go?
Where does energy go, man? Or like, isn't there like, isn't it like really hippy dippy to be like human beings? Like when you're dead, you like never technically like leave the earth. Like,
maybe, and I'm like not saying any of that's not like go nuts with all of your like fascinating mystical.
But I don't know how that translates into. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm like this like. Sophia Smith. Yeah. You know, I don't think it's like she's hanging out in the closet.
Yeah.
But not that. But I don't want to be too on the record because I want this to be the bonus round.
Playing it right down the middle.
Because I do want to be. If people come on, I want to yes and. I want to keep this like pretty straight across the plate. Which brings me to my final bonus round question.
Okay.
Chris, and this is whether you have kids or you don't have kids. I think. Well, that you know of.
Yeah.
And. So if, let's say, these hypothetical kids that you would have,
okay,
if there was one quality that you could give your kids, if you said, I can give you one quality, what would you want to give them where it's like you get to download it straight?
Ooh. Well, you nailed it. I want them to be straight. I'm joking. Resilience?
How crazy is that, Hayden? That was Sarah's answer.
Really?
That was Sarah. It got cut, I think, because it was in the corrupted file episode. But
ghost.
That's right. It was a ghost that corrupted it.
He bought a cheap computer.
camera blows up.
Resilience. That's so. It's just crazy to me.
Well, I feel like isn't that the answer to everything? Because you like, don't they say like there's like all those like Gary V type, like whatever, like motivational guys. Don't they say like it's not the talented people, it's the people who can.
I don't know what everybody says. What does Chris say?
Oh, I don't know what I said. No, well, I think resilience is just universal though, right? Because it's that you could solve. I feel like all of my imperfections are. I got a lot of baggage and a lot of things get in the way of a lot of things. Where I feel like if you were like extreme, but I am resilient. I mean, I've stuck out a lot of crazy situations, but like
the sauce thing was pretty tough on you.
Yeah,
you
it was hard. Yeah, but no, I feel like that's just like you're just moving ahead, plowing. You're not getting like unnecessarily bogged down.
Yeah,
by anything.
I think that's a great answer. I think it's a great answer for kids, adults, anyone that you want to have a good life. Resilience is good. Look at us ending on a nice positive note.
What is that, a C flat? I don't even think that exists. Fuck.
Yeah, you're the musician.
I know. I was never good at theory. I played the drums.
In theory. All right. Where can we find you if we want to find you more going forward?
Have an Instagram, chrisdunn.comedy.
Ooh, chrisdunn.comedy. When are you starting comedy?
No, it's followers.
Yeah, follow Chris Dunn, chrisdunn.comedy everywhere. We'll catch you next time. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Good night.